Hey guys, Ellie here. Today it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon and I have something really important that I want to discuss with y'all. I have a question that I've been seeing on my channel so much the past week. I've seen you guys asking it so many times and I haven't been able to give you a definitive answer yet. I've wanted to talk about it, but truthfully, this particular subject involves a lot more than just me and Megan, because what happened occurred before me and Megan took over the farm and I didn't have all the details yet. So I didn't want to give you guys a false answer. I had to wait until I was able to talk to my dad about it, because this happened when my dad was still in charge and he knew the details better than I did. So, and on top of that, I don't know how much my dad has spoken to you guys on the subject yet. So I didn't want to reveal anything that my dad wasn't ready to reveal yet, since this happened while he was still in charge, like I said. So I was able to see him today and I finally spoke with him about it and he told me everything that I needed to know. So now I can share with you guys, and I'm excited to, because I know a lot of you have been really curious about this. I think it's been hard for some of y'all to watch the videos just not knowing what the answer is to this question. And yes, it does involve the sweet girl right here. I think y'all already know where I'm going with this, but better late than never, right guys? The question at hand that I've seen so many times, and I know y'all are oh so ready to know the answer to, is this. Ellie, is Tilly pregnant? Yes or no? Oh, even saying it is like a sigh of relief, because I've seen it asked so many times. And I know it's like a breath of fresh air just hearing it acknowledged by me finally. Is Tilly pregnant? Is Tilly pregnant? And the answer that I would give is most likely. I think so. And the first thing y'all are going to say is, whoa, Ellie, come on, dude. That's your pet. You own her. What do you mean you think so? What do you mean most likely? Give me a yes or a no. How are you not 100% sure whether she's pregnant or not? Well, let me explain. Tilly and Sissy were at Longhorn Lester's several months ago with my dad, when my dad was still, going back and forth between both properties. And he let one of Brienne's male goats that was really young, named Lefty, go stay in his pasture with all the other goats. And so typically you don't want to have unfixed male and unfixed females in the same yard, because obviously they're going to get bred, and so you don't want an overpopulation of goats. Of course, we already have more than enough, but Lefty was so young that my dad told me he thought there was no way Lefty would be able to get any of the females pregnant. He wasn't sexually mature yet. But my dad said that he was wrong, and somehow Lefty ended up being old enough and sneaky. He was sneaky enough to impregnate Tilly and Sissy and Shirley Bird, who's over at Longhorn Lester's right now. My dad could never let Shirley leave his sight because he loves Shirley Bird oh so very much. But I never firsthand saw Lefty humping Tilly or Sissy, so I never saw them get impregnated definitively. But based on the signs, if we look a little more closely, that's why we can say most likely she probably is pregnant. I suppose we could do an ultrasound and stuff to be 100% sure, but we don't have that stuff in front of us today, so I can't answer that right this second. But here's what I can tell you. First of all, Sissy's appearance, her belly at least, should not be alarming to anybody. I know she looks really big and heavy. She, not the skinniest, to put it kindly, but she's always been not the skinniest, to put it kindly. From day one, from the very first day we got her, she was just like this right here. Big old belly Tilly. That's the way we got her. She's always appeared that way. And we've had animals before that didn't appear any different, but gave birth unexpectedly. Two examples I can think of are Peggy Pig and Ivy. I mean, both of them are big animals with naturally big bellies, so they went through their entire pregnancy without even appearing any different at all. One day they were fine, then boom, the next day. That was a terrible sound. I got to do it again. Boom, the next day we come outside and they have a baby right next to them. Crazy. And so Tilly's belly was never anything that alarmed me. It never made me think anything otherwise. But I will show you something right here. You see those little teats? Tilly, can you please, Tilly, turn, I can't see them good. Right there, you see those little teats? Those have not always been there. Me and Meg were kind of debating this the other day. I was like, Lovey, look, she has like little teats sticking out. She's definitely pregnant. My dad was right. And Megan said, no, not necessarily. My mom has goats that have teats hanging like that, but they're not pregnant. And I said, well, could that be because they gave birth previously in the past, and so they just kind of have the remainder of the hanging teats from their previous pregnancies? And Meg was like, I don't know, maybe. Let's go have a look. So we went over to her mother's house where they have 28 goats, as I'm sure y'all know. And there were some goats that had the low hanging teats, but every single one of them had already given birth at least once, if not multiple times in the past. And out of the little females that never had given birth, there was not a single one that had low hanging teats like Tilly does. So it was that right there that made me conclude, okay, Tilly has never given birth before and her teats are hanging low. So I theorize that she's pregnant right now. That's what I think. And the exact same thing with Sissy. Although Sissy, her belly is getting pretty big, so I think her belly is a little more telling. That's a little better of a sign that she's probably pregnant too. But if you're not sure of that, then just look under her. She has low hanging teats as well. And Sissy was born here, so we know firsthand that she's never given birth. And because her teats are hanging low and she's never given birth, we probably suspect that she is pregnant as well. I hope I'm videoing the right thing. I literally can't see because of the shadow. It's so dim under there. But yeah, I'm sure you guys were really excited to know that I was finally addressing this topic. I know that you guys have been wondering for a long time, and that's the best answer I can give you right now, is that we probably got 2 more pregnant goats on our hands. And what will we do whenever they finally pop? And who knows how long? I don't know yet. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. I don't like to do that. So if we're busy, if we have stuff going on, then I can't guarantee that we'll take them and bottle feed them and keep them inside and stuff like that, like we did Honeydew. But if we have a little more free time than we've had the past week, then I don't want to guarantee you and say that we won't do that either. That I don't want to say definitively yes or no. I'm not certain yet. But of course, we will always keep you guys in the loop, and we'll find out whenever that time comes. Hey, Mr. Ringo. Hey, buddy boy. Oh, is that a good Ringo? Oh, good boy. Yeah, Ringo was over here and giving my dad a really hard time earlier today. My dad, I feel bad for him because he's not as young as I am, and so it's not as easy for him to move around all nimbly to avoid Ringo. You can pet Ringo just fine, but if he's standing up and you pet any other animal besides him, you put that animal in danger. If I go and pet Imogene and Ringo's nearby, I put Imogene in danger. You know why? Because Ringo's going to go ram her as hard as he possibly can and try to break her kneecaps. Luckily, he's resting right now. But if he wasn't resting and I had just done what I did with Sissy and Tilly, they both would have got headbutts to the rib cage and it would have hurt. So you put yourself and whoever you're petting at danger whenever that menace is around. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. Hope you all have an incredibly blessed day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.